Good morning, everyone. It is Monday. We're back. A new week is here. And for me, school holidays actually came early this week, last week, because of all the rain. Our local school closed early. So school holidays started for us last Thursday. So the boys are super excited. They're getting some extra days. So it's school holidays, but that doesn't change anything for me. I'm still getting my workouts done. Actually, I'm starting a challenge with some of my mates today. So if anything, I'm ramping up in the school holidays, which is super exciting because the kids are around anyway. A lot of the time we get quite frustrated with trying to manage what to do with them, how to do activities without blowing your budget and all that kind of stuff. So for me, this is going to be great to be able to get in some extra exercise, take the boys out for a scooter ride or a bike ride or something like that. Now today I wanted to chat to you about core strength after having a baby. Now, this is really different for everyone. It's such an individualized thing. Core strength is one of those things that it really depends on how your pregnancy goes and your recovery. Natural birth or cesareans, it doesn't matter. You are affected by lowering your core strength after having a baby. And what people really don't understand is that it's different for everyone on that recovery journey as well. Some people are feeling okay after 6 or 8 weeks to get back into exercise, and some people are struggling with their core strength years after having a baby. Now, finding someone to help you manage that and ensuring that if you need to see a physio or someone medically for your ab separation, please do that. They will help you on the road to recovery. It's not necessarily something that you can work out all on your own. However, it's super important to understand how you can exercise to support your body, and then you can make the best decisions to help yourself through your recovery. So this morning I'm going to show you through some exercises that I completed after I had my children on my road to recovery. Now, I had quite healthy pregnancies. However, I did put on a lot of weight and I had cesareans as well. So I didn't have any significant ab separation, only 1 centimeter, if that. I was really lucky that my body started to go back quite quickly. However, the minute I was pregnant, I did not want to do any core activities at all. Even though it was safe to still plank and do a few of those things, I didn't feel comfortable doing any of that. So I stopped doing all core exercises while I was pregnant. So I'm going to show you through today. A lot of people think you just got to do 1,000 sit-ups and try and work on your tummy and work on your core. And the other really important thing to know is that you can't spot reduce. If you're trying to get rid of that mummy tummy, if you're trying to really slim down and tone through the lower part of your stomach, whereas that's where we seem to hold the weight and the fat after we have a baby, you can't do that just on its own. You really need to have a combination of exercises. I know that sucks. I know you don't really want to hear that. But strength training, cardio training, and then doing your specific areas of core training and those sorts of things will all help. So it's a combination of everything. And at the end of the day, it's about being consistent. So the longer you stick to your routine and making those small adaptations and small changes, that is when you'll actually start seeing results, okay? So don't feel like you just need to do 1,000 sit-ups a day and your mummy tummy's gonna go. It just doesn't work that way. So I'm going to show you through some exercises today that are all core focused, that you wouldn't generally associate them for what you needed to do to manage your core strength. Now, a lot of this is about your pelvic floor, okay, as well. I know that's something new that we have to learn after we have kids. So I'm down on the floor today. I'm going to show you some exercises. Just got my mat, not using any equipment today. I've left my shoes off as well. This is a personal preference, whether you want to have your shoes on or off. Now, a really good thing that you can do for your core strength is actually doing hip bridges. So feet flat to the floor, hands flat beside you, and pushing up through your hips nice and high to the ceiling. Now, I know you're probably thinking, this is for your glutes, this is for your legs. Yes, true, but I want you to really pull on your pelvic floor and be thinking about your core, because this is going to help strengthen your lower back as well, which is super important once we've had kids, because we're carrying so much all the time, carrying a baby. So pushing your back up really nice and high and coming back down. These exercises are great if you have a bad neck or a sore neck. These will really help you manage that as well, because sometimes when we do sit-ups, we're really straining through our neck and putting that extra pressure on ourselves. So the next exercise that you can do to really work your core is a dead bug. Now, this is exactly what it says. Knees at 90 degrees, hands up nice and straight. And what you want to be doing is taking your opposite arm, opposite leg out nice and straight, bringing it back together and going out nice and long the other way. So pointing your toes is really good, because you're going to be working into your calf muscles as well, staying nice and strong through your legs, arms nice and straight. This does take a little bit of coordination to get used to doing, but once you've got it, it's fine. Now, the next exercise I want to show you is leg raises. Now, this can be quite intense on your core, so you need to take the level of modification that feels better for you. Hands underneath your bottom to support you if you need to. We're starting with our legs bent, and our level 1 modification is just taking one leg out nice and straight, bringing it back, coming out on the other side. So this is like a half dead bug, I guess you could say. So just using your legs. Now, if you wanted to take that up a little bit, working a little bit harder on your core, legs up straight into the air, take one leg down, bring it up and reverse it over. Now, if you want to make it even harder, we're taking both legs down at the same time and coming back up. And again, if you wanted to make this even harder again, and this is kind of some pre-training for being able to do leg toes to bar and those types of things, couldn't get my words then. You could put your hands behind your head or hold a weight behind your head nice and securely, and this is going to help you engage your abs even further. So taking your hands up behind you, legs down nice and straight. Control the movement both up and down. Breathing through it, really engaging your core. So as you can see, there's so many exercises that you can do without even doing a sit-up. It keeps it interesting. All right, so if we're coming over onto all fours, an important thing to remember here is that your hands and shoulders should always be in alignment. If your hands are too far forward, you're going to be putting stress on your shoulder. If they're too far in, same thing. It's going to be putting stress on your shoulder as well as your wrists. So it's really important to keep your body nice and square to the floor and just breathing, taking your time to really think about what you're doing. So this exercise has a few different names. It's called a bird dog. It's called an opposite hand to knee. There's lots of different names for it. So it's basically a dead bug, but facing the other way. So extending out your leg nice and long, arm nice and straight, opposite arm to leg, and breathing through it. So you want to be looking forward so you're not straining your neck. You're not looking at anything in particular. Nice and strong and long through your neck, working from side to side. So this is really, you want to be thinking about pulling your tummy nice and tight and working through those movements. Now, if you're not really feeling that, I don't really feel that very much anymore, you can do an advanced modification, which is bring it out long, then you can bring your elbow and your knee into meet and then switch sides. So taking that out nice and long, crunching in, knee to elbow, out nice and long, and then switch over. One of the things I see when people are doing this is that they feel like they've got to kick really high or they're trying to do some sort of ballet move. You really don't need to. You really want to be thinking about keeping your hips nice and straight and long through that. I'm going to fall over doing that. So nice and straight and long and breathing through it. You don't need to go up any higher than that. If you're feeling any pressure in your lower back, that's definitely a sign that your technique's a little bit off and that I would not keep doing it in that mode. Another great thing we can do for our core is planking exercises. They're all fantastic, okay? So, you know your different versions of plank that you need to do. You can take them down on your knees, you can do them on your hands, or you can come down on your forearm. If you've got bad wrists, if you want to engage your core more, you definitely want to be doing this on your forearms. If you can, you want to be keeping your hands separated and on the floor. If you need to hold them together, you can do that as well. Super important again that your elbow and your shoulders are in alignment. So you don't want to be too far out like this. It does put pressure on your lower back and on your shoulder joints. So make sure that your shoulders and your elbows are in alignment, or your wrists if you're up on your hands. You want to be keeping your bottom down, you want to be leaning forward, so you don't want to be coming up like this. Forward, and then pull your tummy in nice and tight. My preference is that you don't cross your legs. I prefer when people keep their legs straight. It's just my personal preference of thinking about what your body is doing and keeping things in alignment. So our next modification is obviously when you're coming up on your toes, and you want to be doing the same thing. So shoulders, elbows in alignment, pulling that tummy in nice and tight, keeping your bottom down. No point doing a plank like this. You're not going to be engaging your core very much. So bring it down, nice and flat, and holding through that. Generally, if you can hold for about 30 seconds, that's awesome. That's really, really good. And extend the time out and challenge yourself if you can. Start with lower amounts of times or shorter interval trainings, and that will really help you build on that core strength. But at the end of the day, you just need to take those slow, small steps to progressing after you've had a baby. I know it can seem exciting to want to be doing everything all at once and really working on that pre-baby body, but just be kind to yourself. You've got enough on your plate as it is, let alone thinking that you've got to really get off all of that extra weight. It happens with time and as you develop that new routine. Life is just literally going upside down. So be kind to yourself. Do little exercises that can support you. These exercises you can do in 10-minute blocks throughout the day when you're just feeling that you need to move your body a little bit, because we stay inside quite a bit when we have a baby. But if you just need to move your body a little bit, think about your pelvic floor, switching on your core and just doing those small movements to support you in your recovery. It's awesome to actually give you an energy boost as well. So if you're feeling exhausted, and this is something people are often surprised about when I say this, if you are feeling tired after anything, moving your body is a great way to actually give you energy. People think, I'm too tired. I don't have time for energy. I don't have time for exercise. That's going to make me more tired. We need to burn energy to make energy. So if you're feeling really exhausted all the time, but you're getting a good night's sleep and you're looking after yourself in other ways, really try implementing exercise into your life, because it does give you that rush, those feel-good feelings and emotions that will really support you to feel alive and to feel energetic. So I hope you enjoyed those tips today, all focused around core strength and how to do some exercises if you've just had a baby or you're on your road to abdominal sort of strengthening, which is what we all like as well. Because at the end of the day, when we have a strong core, we also have a strong back, and that's what we want. We want to be supporting our whole trunk. It's not just about trying to work towards getting abs or getting rid of that mummy tummy. It's about being nice and strong for yourself, because as mums, we're lifting those washing baskets, we're carrying the groceries, we're carrying the kids, sometimes carrying both kids and multiple things at the same time. So we want to make sure that we're doing everything possible we can to look after our bodies. All right, I hope you have a fantastic Monday. Happy school holidays to everyone who is in New South Wales, and dealing with the fun of having the kids at home this week. Hopefully the rain stays away enough for us to be able to do some outdoor and fun activities. So tomorrow night is my Tuesday night webinar, 8 o'clock Sydney time. Anyone is welcome to join. Come along, bring a friend, invite people if you choose as well. We're going to be talking about motivation and how to just really get off your butt and do what you want to do. If you want to start a health and fitness routine, but you just can't find that motivation to get going, jump on the call tomorrow night. I'm going to talk all about that, and I'll drop the link in to this video after I have finished the live, so you can register straight away. Now, even if you can't make 8 o'clock, if 8 o'clock's a really bad time for you, please register anyway, because I send out the recording to my email list. So if you're on my list, then you'll definitely get to watch it back at a more suitable time when you're free. Maybe it's when you're going for that walk outside, or even on the treadmill, whichever your preference is. You can pop on the video and watch the replay and learn all the tips and tricks that I share with you guys each Monday morning. So have a fabulous week, and if you need any help and support, please feel free to reach out to me. I am always around. You can catch me here on Facebook, on Instagram, on LinkedIn, or just send me an email. So I'm around. Have a great day, and I look forward to supporting you soon. Time for me to do my workout now.